No, he didn't care. My dad, in fact, he just said, "Look, I don't care how ridiculous you want to look. You can do whatever you want, bro." He goes, "Just don't pierce your ears and don't get tattoos." That's
Oh,
it.
wow.
Yeah,
That's funny.
So,
That's
turned
funny.
18, pierced my ears, got a tattoo.
Wow. What's your tattoo?
The first one I got was like a super cheap tattoo, so it's like I only had $25. So it was the zigzag man, which is the dumbest thing ever.
Oh,
they had, I mean, there was a choice between like a skull or that, and for some reason I chose the zigzag man, and my dad was just like, "You're fucking stupid, you know, stupid."
And where did you get it? On your shoulder right here?
Yeah, dude. I had it like right here, and then of course, I covered it up with other bigger tattoos.
Yeah. Have you ever had a tattoo that you kind of regretted?
Yeah, kind of the 4 I have. Yeah, all of them.
Really? And we're back. One of my favorite guests on the show. I love him. You love him. Get a lot of positive messages. Here he is, Mr. Craig Coleman.
Hey, that's nice, dude. It's nice.
That's good. Dude, I've been trying to promote us in different areas, because you started out with the group Korn, like doing little house parties with them in Bakersfield, and went on with your stand up, and so I thought, oh, let me go on Reddit and put it into some subreddits, and some of them were very receptive, like, oh, that's so cool, man. Craig knows his stuff, man. He's legit, blah blah blah.
Nice.
And then I'm thinking, I'm from Fresno, you're from Bakersfield, we're a couple of San Joaquin Valley guys.
Right.
I'll put it like in a Fresno subreddit. Dude, immediately it was like some hater was out there that was like, 55 minutes, get out of here. I ain't watching this. And I'm like, I go, but
I don't have 55 minutes in my life.
Exactly. I go, hey, just put the phone on the car seat next to you and listen on your earbuds on your next long drive. And he's like, I don't have that kind of time. And I'm like, it's a quarantine, man. It's what else you got to do, brother? I try to keep it all positive.
Seriously. That's hilarious. Wow, that's good. 55
I know
minutes.
It's funny, dude. I was just like, the people that like it, and the people that, they don't want to even give it a chance. I'm okay with that. It sucks to hear it, but you would be like, dude, you guys would love this. Like, Craig's telling these intricate stories about Bakersfield. I'm talking about the Ming Mall. I mean, like little landmarks and places you guys can. The people that do listen, they're like on your previous episodes, they're like, that brings back so many memories. Like, somebody said something about one of the malls, not the one on Ming, but there was another mall that you mentioned.
Oh, in Bakersfield? That's funny.
Yeah, it was like a small mall that was
the East Hills Mall, the failure mall. Yeah.
Yeah. And somebody made a joke online. They were like, I remember when that mall used to be a field, and then somebody,
true story.
Yeah, and then somebody else was like, they're like, good luck. It's kind of a dead mall now. It probably will end up being a field again.
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably was more popular as a field than it ever was as a mall. It automatically was a failed mall. It's just hilarious.
Dude, I used to hang out in fields all the time as a kid, man. That was the best. Like, we take our bikes and did these bike paths on the field with little, jumps and stuff. And
right, we partied in them. That's where yeah, all the Bakersfield like party spots was a place called The Couch, because it was drive down some dirt road by the canal, and then there's just this old ass couch that someone dumped out there, and that couch was there forever, and you would go out there and party. Another place called The Shack, because it had an old beat down shack.
Those are the kind of places. See, I probably found them when I was like 12, 13, 14. So I didn't even think about partying and this and that. But I would occasionally I would find like a Playboy or something. That was what you'd find back in the day.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Remember? Yeah.
Yeah. Before the internet, people would stash porn in like fields. And as a young boy, you would come across and be like, what is that? Oh, my God.
Field of Wet Dreams.
Hey,
if you build it, you will.
Zing, zing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I remember this field that I used to go to all the time. I remember probably around 7th grade, the construction workers came in and started building apartment complex, and then it became an apartment complex. And
yeah, of course,
you couldn't take that shortcut anymore. I used to take a shortcut on the way to go play video games in the record store and Kmart. There's a cool shopping plaza, and then you had to go the long way around to go there.
Because you built something there.
Exactly. Oh.
This used to be a place of joy. Thank you.
Yeah. What was your first job? Do you remember your first job?
Oh yeah, and I lost it. But it was a friend of the family got me this job working in this like electric company in the yard. But I'd never worked before. He didn't even tell me like how much money I was making. They would just assign me these like ridiculous tasks, like move this pile of wood over to that side. And it's like 110 degrees outside. So I would do that. And I had long hair and stuff. And then I don't think the boss liked me at all.
How old were you?
The owner. I was probably like 15. Yeah. And I was like 15. And then at the end of the week, I got fired and handed my last check, which was like $500. And I was just like, oh my God, had you told me I was getting this much, I would have busted ass on those damn pile of wood.
Yeah. My first job was Baskin Robbins ice cream. It was at that same plaza I was telling you about. And, same thing. It's my first job. You're like insecure. You don't know anything. Everyone else knows what they're doing. And I'm just like, I'm going in like, okay, what do you want me to clean something? Yeah. And I remember I was cleaning the counters, and then some ice cream was on the floor, and I'm cleaning the floor. And then the owner's wife was like, you don't use the same rag on the floor that you do on the counters, which is like, as an adult, I know that, but as your first job, you're just like, oh, there's something dirty. Let me just wipe it down. And
of course,
I remember thinking, I was like, am I going to be able to ever handle like adult society, like being a grown up? Because it was hard. You're out of your element. Everybody's older. And then there's like, even if they're like a couple years older than you, and then you got the bosses. And I remember at that time, that song by Prince was being played all the time. It was that Raspberry Beret song.
Sure.
The part where she goes, she was working part-time. Yeah. The part where she goes, working part-time at a 5 and dime. Her boss was Mr. McGee. And my boss was also named Mr. McGee. And I was thinking like, wow, we have a lot in common, except she's actually still working at the 5 and dime. I'm like, I got fired from Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, they did not like me.
Dude, I actually turned this into a joke, and it's another thing I look back, I would never do this now, but it's a true story. I got fired from Baskin Robbins for licking my fingers because the ice cream, it would run down your arm.
And you did the thing, and they're like,
did this thing, and
They're like, no, we didn't, you're out.
I didn't even argue. I was just like, that sounds like something I would do.
My bad. I got let go from my second job too. It was at a video store, and they were going to hire me or this other girl who was just like way more eager than I was and a better human being. And they would say, like, the lady sent me in to alphabetize the porno section.
Really?
And first of all, I'd never even seen that kind of stuff before in my life. Like the cover alone, I'm like, what is going on in here?
And how old were you at that point? You were over 18?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, you know what? I might have been. Yeah, I had to be, right? For her to send me in there, I had to be like 18. And then, I didn't alphabetize it. I just put everything in A and A. And she's like, you didn't put these in the correct order. And I go, really? Does it matter? They're not movies.
Yeah.
I'm like, people aren't looking by like title, are they? I mean, that's like, why would you? That makes zero sense.
They're just going by the photos.
Yeah, I'm like, this is all anal. I mean, what? What else do you want? It's all A's, and these are all B's. I mean, it's.
Hey, remember back in the day when you'd have like I'm actually gonna plug myself now. Remember you'd have a CD.
Nice.
But, remember when you'd have like I wish I had my newest one. I don't. But remember when you'd have like the CD case, but you'd have the wrong disc inside. Did that ever happen at your store? Like you'd have
course.
like I wanted anal and this is doggy style.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Yeah, she's you got to check all the videos.
By the way, I think this episode's I better just keep it adult. I'll we're already going down that road.
Yeah, you can cut it out. I'll try to be better.
Before we start, I go, let's keep it family friendly. And now we're like,
and yeah, I'm always just like, yeah, my whole life has not been family friendly. So I'm really sorry.
Like, that's okay. I should have done my research before. I should have been like, hey, what was your second job? Oh, we'll skip that question. We'll go right to the third job. You're like,
my parents, I'm gonna tell you this, but my parents are good people. I will say that they're really good people, but like they took me to see Cheech and Chong at the drive-in when it came out, so
cool.
Mom makes a humongous bag of popcorn. I'm sitting out in the lawn chair. At some point I sit in the car and probably knock out from the weed smoke, not from the TV, not smell-o-vision.
The drive-through.
Mom and Dad are at the drive-in poofing out, and I'm just like in the back seat going, I get most of these jokes. I get a lot of these jokes.
Yeah, man. I remember. See, that's funny. The difference in your family and my family. Like my family was, we go to church 3 times a week. It was like Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night. I mean, I'm like, I get it.
Wow.
I get it. I think I'm getting the lesson here.
I get it. Yes.
I know.
I get it, man. My God, do we have to go 3 times a week?
Yeah, I know. It was a little too much. It's like, make me want it. Like, let me miss it a little bit. I mean, I was just there this morning. We don't have to go back already. But I used to get the Cheech and Chong albums, but I had to like kind of hide them and stuff and be like, listen, like, good night, everybody. And then I'd be on my pillow with my little Walkman, like laughing my ass off. Knock, knock, Dave. Dave's not here,
Oh, the best. Yeah, no, my dad, I had Steve Martin's record. We had Richard Pryor, not Bill Cosby. So we had Richard Pryor records. Yeah, my dad did not care if I listened to that stuff.
What about haircuts? Could you grow your hair any style you wanted back then?
I mean, I had such curly hair. I could just grow an afro and that's kind of it. Or try and grow a thicker, bushier afro, and that was really it. Yeah,
like your parents were like, you gotta have. Oh, see, that's
my
cool.
Dad didn't care. He I bleached my hair and I'm sitting there and people are staring and my dad'd be like, yeah, he's a freak. What?
Yeah.
Eat your food,
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he didn't care. My dad, in fact, he just said, look, I don't care how ridiculous you want to look. You can do whatever you want, bro. He goes, just don't pierce your ears and don't get tattoos.
That's it. Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's
turned
funny.
18, pierced my ears, got a tattoo.
Wow. What's your tattoo?
The first one I got was like a super cheap tattoo, so it's like I only had $25. So it was the Zigzag Man, which is the dumbest thing ever.
Oh,
they had, I mean, there was a choice between like a skull or that, and for some reason I chose the Zigzag Man, and my dad was just like, "You're fucking stupid," stupid.
And where did you get it? On your shoulder right here?
Yeah, dude. I had it like right here, and then I, of course, I covered it up with other bigger tattoos.
Yeah. Have you ever had a tattoo that you kind of regretted?
Yeah, kind of the 4 I have. Yeah. All of them.
Really?
No. I mean, they're okay. Like I have an alien one here, and now young people are like, "Oh, aliens, dude!" Like now it's a thing. Like back when I got it, it was not a thing. And now, especially when young people do it, I'm like, "Dude, this tattoo's older than you are." That's how old I am.
Yeah. It's funny. I never got the tattoo thing. I never wanted the tattoo. I looked at it like, I get burned out on certain, like I'd have a favorite shirt and then like 5 years later, I'm like, I'm not really into that style anymore, or whatever.
Not a poor choice. Not a poor choice, Darren. Yeah.
Yeah. I did pierce my ear though, man. I thought if I pierced my ear, that's kind of a thing. And then the hole would close up again. And you know what, man, I think I wore the earring for like maybe 3 weeks. And then my friends were just like, you look like a nerd with an earring. You don't really look like, you know what I mean? It was just like, I got an earring, guys. like a nerd with an earring. Yeah, it wasn't like, now I'm cool. Let's go to the mall.
Wait a minute. I thought you were my friends.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are the honest kind of friend. Yeah. So I was like, I got rid of that. But like now, I mean, these people, like they wear the gauges and they stretch it out. And
that was the bass player in my band. He definitely did all that stuff.
Yeah. You never went down that road. You never went down
Nope, I'm out. No, I had my pierced ears for a minute, and then after a year or two of that, I was like, I'm done. I'm good.
That's funny, man.
Yeah,
when it comes to the haircuts and stuff, I used to have to get my haircut like very short, which was not the style back in the 80s and the 70s and 80s, and I remember like the barber would go real close around the ears, and they call it white walls, because you'd have like, especially when you're like a Caucasian fellow like myself,
yeah,
it would be extra white, where like the sun never
went. Yeah, where the sun don't shine.
And then when you're a kid, your ears like stick out even more with like the short haircut. It was like, I remember what like the barber he looked like Floyd the Barber, and he would bring the comb, pull the hair up with the comb, and have the scissors. And I would like try to like move my head like this. That way the hair
keep it longer. That's hilarious.
Yeah, try to keep it long. And then I secretly started cutting my hair for probably a year. Like I just would just cut it. So I never had to get a haircut. Like it just almost maintained its own,
nice.
And I would just really sweep up the sink and stuff. And, I had a very strict household, man. It was like.
Not mine.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was pretty loosey-goosey.
Could you dress however you wanted?
Yeah. My dad just literally didn't care. He was kind of a hippie. Like when he was like 16, he would hitchhike from his little town in Moses Lake to LA because his sister lived there.
Wow.
He'd hustle pool and shit, or like, oh, I'm gonna go see a music festival. So like he's seen Jimi Hendrix, he's seen the Beatles when they first came to America. Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of all over. So he was just really loose about that stuff. My dad was simple. He just looked at me one day and he's just like, check it out. Don't get a girl pregnant and don't go to jail. All right? Peace. And that's it.
Wow.
Those were Dad's 2 rules. Don't be
Did you have any follow-up questions when he told you that stuff?
No.
You weren't you
No, my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad, my dad was pretty basic, dude. He would say something like, hey, and if you're with a girl and she ain't down with it, she doesn't want to do stuff, he goes, don't make her. He goes, there's so many girls out there that will. Okay, bro?
And that's just funny.
Like, so, he was he's a very cool cat. He was really my stepdad, but he raised me.
I got that same talk. I got that talk. And I remember he said, like, don't ever tell a woman you love her if you really don't, and I think that was his way
my dad never said that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. No. He didn't care about that.
Yeah.
No, he's just like, basically, don't be taking advantage of people, and certainly don't get anybody pregnant. Well, here's his getting a girl pregnant speech. This is how he got you to not want to get a girl pregnant. He goes, man, I'm telling you right now. He goes, having a kid, at your age would suck. He goes, what are you doing Friday night? I go, oh, I'm going to go over. He goes, no, you're not. What? He goes, you got a baby. You're not going over there. You're going to work after school. And I go, oh, okay. He goes, what were you going to do on Saturday? Well, we were going to go to the mall. No way, dude. You got to get up early, dude, and go to work. You were up with the baby all night. And so he just kept on with that. And then he's just like, wow, your life sucks because you're always with the baby or at work or at school. And boom, that just stuck right in my head, man.
He's like this. And then he grabs you by the collar. That's my life, bro.
Yeah.
You're like, dang, Dad. Yeah. Now I've seen photos of your family, your dad. He does seem like a cool guy, man. He's giving you some like very real advice, I'd say,
Yeah. His name's Ken. I call it the Zen of Ken because he's a pretty wise dude. You'd be like, I remember this one too. Hey, never trust alcoholics. They're all liars and thieves, bro. As he's toking on a J. That's my dad.
Yeah. Hey, I got some questions for you. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, hit me.
All right. I've asked a few people this for the podcast, and I like hearing everyone's answers. They're different.
Sure.
And, it's kind of a cool thing. So let's see here. It's all about happiness because right now with this lockdown and the way things are, I know it's like the last thing. Like, sure. Like, by the way, we're able to do this podcast a little bit earlier because you're like, hey, I'm free now. Like Gavin Newsom made some more laws, right? Is that what happened? Like,
no, I was on set and apparently one of the actors got COVID, and so they shut down production. So yeah, the production's out a lot of money because we're getting it ready to shoot Thursday and Friday. It's this burnt out warehouse that has no power and no water, so they have to bring everything in, and so we'll be back on December 3rd to finish it up. I mean, it's fine. I ain't tripping. Money will keep coming in. I'll keep doing things. It's fine.
We did the because I was gonna say with me, like, I got an alert about 1 hour after Gavin Newsom made the governor of California made that announcement, and I was supposed to do the Hollywood what do you call it, the Hollywood Roosevelt Hollywood Hotel, and then they postponed it. They're like, sorry, we're gonna have to do it in December, and I'm just like, it's like, you know what? And I said, let's not focus on the negativity, let's focus on the positivity, and
right.
You know what I mean? Seriously,
right.
It's like, I was like, well, that's okay. That's one more day I can go up to the farm and ride my bike. And I got these podcasts lined up with you and
Sweet.
a couple other people. So let's do it. So, all right. So here we go. All about happiness. And what
you're talking to a manic depressive. So go ahead. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, yeah, sure. I'm the guy to talk to. No. What is what's the last thing you did that made you happy? The last thing you actually did that made you happy?
Me and the fam, we went down to Little Tokyo in Chinatown and hung out together.
Everyone says that. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Yeah, that's everybody's answer. No, we love going to Little Tokyo. We got a little restaurant that we eat at that's outdoors, and then walk around Little Tokyo, and then went over to Chinatown and bought some plants. And for the house, I bought myself a little bonsai tree. For some reason, I really wanted a bonsai tree. And so that's cool. So hanging out with my fam and going down there, that brings me a lot of joy.
That's cool. That may tie into this last answer or may not. What is the last thing you ate that made you happy? Like there's regular meals, and then there's that one thing you're like, this makes me happy.
Oh, right. Well, I am on keto, so anything not keto makes me happy. No, trying to think the last thing I ate.
Well, you know what? It's
there was a burrito at Carnitas Michoacan on Broadway in 19th. It's like in the hood, homeless people all over the place, but damn, their carne asada burritos are amazing.
Oh man,
amazing.
I got to try one of those because I go downtown in normal times. I do go downtown, like when I'm on my way to other places. And
sure,
I'll have to remember it's on 19th and Broadway.
19th and Broadway. It's an orange little building. There's always a line, authentic as hell, but whoo, it's so good, dude. It's so good.
That's the best, man. Which do you go red sauce or green sauce?
You know what? I just take it how they give it. This place, it's a red sauce. It'll burn your face off, and I don't really like hot stuff, but yeah. You feel like this is all just about to melt. You're like, my God,
the COVID killer.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Whatever bacteria you got, boy. Shh.
What is the last thing that you figured out? There was a problem or something, and you figured out, like, I figured it out, whatever that thing is, something that made you happy and you figured it out.
How to write a script properly.
Oh.
I've been dinking around for years, writing scripts and then sending them to people who know how to write them properly, and I'm not doing it at all. And now finally what I did is I sent a script, which I was pretty proud of, to my friend who went to film school. And she said, formatting is your problem. You do not know how to format a script, and I don't. And so she sent me a YouTube link and this page that shows you and breaks it down for dummies, how to write a goddamn script to where anybody could read it and turn it into a movie.
Really?
And so it made and it's just a short film that I'm working on right now, but I was like, gosh, damn it. Yes. And so
if you have that link, can you find it and send it to me, and I'll post it on this, in the description. I'd love to see it. If you still have it, if you know where it's at.
I don't know where it's at. And I wouldn't share that with everybody because of this, Darren.
Yes. Tell me.
That's my in. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
To help you out. But screw everybody else, damn it.
Was it one of those things where it's like on page 20 this should happen, on page 30 this should happen? Was it one of those?
No, it's literally, so you got your if I'm talking to you, Darren walks into a kitchen, it needs to say, interior, day, kitchen, man sitting at table, right? And then it cuts to Darren And then what Darren says, camera pans in, and you got to have that, cut to, fade in, fade out.
Oh, I see.
I didn't know all that.
Like the language of what they're saying. You would just, wouldn't use, you wouldn't put like the brackets and the.
And that's because you can hand that to the DP, director of photography, the production. Everybody can sit around, they can read it, and they're like, oh, we need to be in a library that's Victorian style. And, and some of this stuff I kind of already knew. I just didn't realize it because I know that there's a team of people. When you read the script, the location guy, he's writing that note down like, okay, I need to find a library. It's got to be somewhere around the 40s or 50s, Art Deco style, whatever. And then that guy's got to go hunt out. Like, hey, I have 3 libraries that you can look at.
Wow, that's cool. Would you ever want to do that? Be a location scout?
Well, that's what I'm trying to currently be.
That sounds kind of cool. I think
I've been a site rep for 7 years, so now I'm going to try and go over to the other side.
Like if someone's like, I need a warehouse with no water and electricity. You're like, I know 5 of them.
Well, because this warehouse, they're like, we need someplace we can shoot a bunch of guns and blow up stuff and jump a car. And they're like, hey, how about that shithole we were in last year? And they're back.
Oh, wow.
Last year they built a giant wall in this place and then they blew it up.
Oh. It was blew it up for the movie or just because they were done with this?
Yeah, for this TV show. They built it to blow it up. Like that was the whole reason we're there. We're going to build this wall and blow it up.
Were you there the day they blew it up?
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah. Was it?
Well, me and my fireman buddy, because they always send a fire safety officer, and he has to, this is what we're gonna do. Here are the fire extinguishers or whatever. And so me and him were just sitting there while they're like machine guns, and then
wow. Where do you stand safely to see it?
Well, for that one, they had put up Visqueen, and we all had to stand behind the Visqueen. Put on earbuds because it's super loud, and that way you're really way out of the way because you don't want to be the knucklehead who's like, oh, fake brick hits you in the face.
yeah
it can happen.
You're like, Insta stories, I'm gonna put it on my Instagram. Like, right. No, you're not.
Right.
What's something that you recently discovered or rediscovered? Something you discovered or rediscovered?
The Hobbit animated movies. They used to show them like when I was in high school, and dang, they are so good, and I forgot how good they are. But I love The Hobbit. I love the books. I love the movies, and then the animated ones are like super trippy, and I love those. And I just recently saw those on HBO.
That's cool, man. You got good answers. It's funny. These are not stumping you at all. And you have good answers for everything. I may have asked you this I did ask you this last time, but I'll ask you again.
Yeah.
What's something that you recently bought that made you happy? Something that you recently bought and said, you know what, this actually makes me pretty happy.
This bonsai tree.
Oh, that's cool.
I love this freaking bonsai tree. I like miniatures anyway. I like when people build little miniature sets. If you get a chance, Rod Stewart, have you seen Rod Stewart's Train Town that he built?
No, where would we see it? My wife's a huge Rod Stewart fan.
Google it because it's the most amazing thing Rod Stewart's ever done. Forget his music, which is in itself. Apparently the guy has sold out the biggest concert ever.
Yeah.
But when you look at the train city and town that he built, like he's standing in the middle of it and it's huge all around him. Wow. He's been working on it for like 10 years. It's phenomenal. It's one of those things you hear somebody talking about and you're like, what? And they go, Rod Stewart loves trains, little miniature trains. And he built this massive, and you look it up and it's just like,
I'm going to check that out. At the LA County Fair, they have a little miniature train, and you're seeing the little village and the little bridge and all the water. And I took a photo, I took a video of it, and I sent it to my uncle. My uncle loves that thing. And they had when my cousin moved out of the house, they turned his bedroom into like a train room. And every night he would work his little models. And
that's cool.
It was very cool. I don't know how long it was like that, because there was a time when it's like, well, I've done everything I can. And then he tore it down and turned it into like a video game room or something. But it was cool though. Yeah, I think what happens is you work on it and it sits there and you're really proud of it. And then as time goes by, like a year or maybe longer, you're like, you know what? There's a whole room we could be using. You know what I mean? Like,
I'd be like, when I die, you can tear it down. When I'm dead,
I built up. Yeah. You're like checkmate, Rod Stewart. Checkmate. Man, listen. I know you got other shows to do, and I want to thank you for coming on. It's been a fun talk with you, and let's do this again soon
for sure.
And there's a million stories. You got so many great stories, and from childhood, to today, to everything else. Is there any words of wisdom in closing? Anything that you'd like to tell her?
I mean, I guess, don't trip, because what's bothering you now is probably not going to be bothering you in 3 years, 1 year, 2 years. Who knows? I know that's hard to say to people right now because times are pretty hard right now. Not a lot of people are working. But I can tell you this. I used to be a very negative person. When you're negative and you stay in that negative place, only negatives are what's going to come your way. I recently turned that thought pattern around, and I just changed that. I live good. I'm happy. I'm happy. It's only going to get better. And you know what? When I just started thinking that way, things just got better. And I know that's corny. I know you're talking to the captain of, screw that. How dare you? How dare you be positive? But in all honesty, man, being negative really always just kept me in a dark place. And as soon as I just started thinking positive, being positive, my life turned around. And I know that's corny as hell, but
you know what, man, I'm down with it, man. I'm totally down with that. That's even today, I caught myself complaining for a little bit. Yeah, when they said that the show got canceled at the Roosevelt Hotel, and I'm like, man, I've been looking forward to it. I'm going to be there's going to be photographers, and it'll be great to do comedy. And I was looking forward to like wearing my jacket and getting pictures with it and all that. And then I thought, you know what, let's just be positive. And I made a little joke, and I wrote back the promoter. I said, that's okay that it got canceled. I made some joke like I go, and I lost 5 pounds for the camera for nothing. Which really, I think I've actually gained a few pounds. So it's actually going to work out for I don't want to.
Heard that, bro.
Yeah. I mean, 2 nights ago, I was like, those photographers are going to be there and I could get some new headshots, but I'm like, damn, I really want to have this second. And I just kept going. I keep looking at my kitchen over there. I was like, I can lose weight in 48 hours. And then today when I got, lastly, and I know you got to go, keto diet. How long have you been on the keto diet?
Off and on, honestly, for about a year. And I just
but it works though. It does work.
It does work for people, and I just need to get real and serious is what the problem is.
Yeah.
That's what the problem is. Yeah.
Yeah. I know a guy that lost a lot of weight, and he became almost unrecognizable because he was like the big guy that was like 300 plus pounds.
Yeah.
And then he got down to like, he may even be lighter than me. Like he might be like the 180s, I think, where it's like you would walk right by him because you don't even recognize him. I for sure would not recognize him now because I have not seen him in a year.
Oh, right. Yeah. And sometimes when people lose weight like that, you're not sure if it's good or bad. You're like, hey, are you okay? Is this a good weight loss?
Yeah, he was loving it though. He's like, I love bacon, and he was just so into he was just super excited about this keto diet. And
if I could just get off my heroin French fries, I'll be solid.
Favorite French fries, curly or the big fat steak fries, or do you like the crinkle cut fries, or do you like them?
See, now you're talking about different strains of weed. The curly fries are amazing.
Yeah, let's just screw these questions. Yeah.
Jack in the Box curly fries are amazing. No,
which French fry makes you the most happiest? What dipping sauce is your favorite for fries?
Yeah, well, it's become ranch because that's in keto. So if I'm already going to eat fries, at least I can do the ranch.
At least I can do the right thing, I'm gonna
one right thing.
And what if we were to go to a fast food restaurant? Is there a certain fast food restaurant that has the best fries, in your opinion? Not really.
Fries.
Yeah.
Jack. Like I said, Jack in the Box is really good with their French fries.
When I was a kid, it was McDonald's, but it's not. Yeah.
It's Five Guys.
Okay, Five Guys. Oh yeah, and plus you get the peanuts at the Five Guys.
Five Guys is the best hamburger spot.
I know, it's so good. In-N-Out Burger or Whataburger?
I don't even know what Whataburger is. It's in Texas or something. So definitely In-N-Out. But the In-N-Out line is so ridiculous. I'm like, I'd rather go to Carl's Jr.
I know. Oh, Carl's Jr. is good, man. This is good. All right, I'm getting hungry, and we're
right for bad food.
I know, for bad food. What's the healthiest thing? Blueberries are great. I love blueberries. I love apples. I've been getting more back into my veggie trip again, and veggies are good to me. I love tomatoes. There's something about a few tomatoes on a salad just makes the whole thing. Yeah, you know what I mean? Even a sandwich. If I can have, the other day I put some cold iceberg lettuce and a sliced tomato on a sandwich, and it made the whole thing better. And you feel like you're eating better, even though it was it was a ham, bologna, salami sandwich.
With a salad. Almost.
Yeah, I know. With the salt, it's almost a salad, right?
I smushed a salad in between it all.
All right, my man. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for being on the Pocket Party podcast. And,
absolutely, brother.
And I'm happy you got the script thing situated, and you're on your way to bigger and better things. And we're going to both keep positive. And I'll talk to you soon. And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, my man.
You got it, buddy.
All right, see ya. Take care.
So the other day I was standing in the kitchen and my son was like, Dad, why did you write down that you weigh 190 pounds? And I'm like, I never wrote that. And he goes, look. And he held up my driver's license. And I was like, ew. My wife goes, yeah, you're not supposed to put down your goal weight. You're supposed to put your actual weight. And then she looks at it again and she goes, and did you put your goal height? And I was like, I might have made myself look taller and thinner on my driver's license. And then my son starts breaking out into a song by Roy Orbison. Remember that? He was like, lying to the DMV. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching my YouTube video. And if you get a chance, watch one of these and subscribe. All right. Have a great day.
Listen to the Pocket Party.